Hi, I'm Birdie. Thank you for joining me for my newest astro forecast on the full moon in Virgo happening on March 7th. Where you will feel the effects of this full moon depends on which houses Virgo and Pisces fall in for you, and that is determined by your rising sign. So if you're watching this for your sun sign and it doesn't really resonate with you, then I highly encourage you to watch your rising sign. All right, join me as we get into the effects of the full moon in Virgo. Okay, Cancer rising. This full moon is taking place in your 3rd house and your 9th house. These are the houses of knowledge. The 3rd house is the house of intellect, of your mindset, your thought processes. It's elementary or rudimentary education. It's also the house of siblings, or the sibling tier, which is cousins as well as really close friends who are like part of the family. Not your parents, not your children, not your grandparents, not your aunties or uncles, but the family members who are on the same generational tier as you, siblings, cousins. The opposite house of that is the 9th house, or the house of education, expanded philosophy, expanded education, higher knowledge. This is also known as the house of traveling over waters or long distances, or the house of foreign affairs, dealing with other cultures, other people from other countries, things like that. So when we have a full moon, we have the moon. The moon is represented in the tarot by the High Priestess, and this is the energy of intuition, inner wisdom, and spirituality. So when we have a full moon, we have the moon in one house, and then we have the sun on the other side of the earth in the opposite house. So for you, as a Cancer rising, that puts the moon in your 3rd house and the sun in your 9th house. Now this sun over here in Pisces is not alone. There is a party going on in Pisces. We have Mercury, or the magician. This is the energy of manifestation, action, and communication, is also here. Next we have Neptune. Neptune is the energy of surrendering, of letting go, and it's a very heavy spiritual growth energy. It's also there. And then lastly, at this Pisces party, the day of the full moon, Saturn moves into this party. So we have Saturn represented by the world, which is the energy of completion, of fulfillment, and of harmony. Now, full moons themselves are the energy of fulfillment. It is the culmination of something. So it's not an easy energy. It is definitely a tense energy. There is a feeling of a pull, like a rubber band being pulled between these two areas of life. So for you, you have the 3rd house. This is communication in. This is messaging. This is siblings, or the sibling tier, versus communication out, sharing knowledge, sharing philosophy, teaching, higher education. So what this is doing is really putting a highlight on the tension between your communication, your learning, your thought processes, and that will have a heavy emotional feel to it because the moon is your emotions. So you might be having this emotional reaction to siblings, to communication with siblings, to some messaging that's coming at you, versus being pulled apart from this education, philosophy, religion, higher learning. Your philosophical beliefs, your spiritual pursuits are all in this house. So this tension is going on between them. Now, in addition to that, we have Uranus. Uranus is represented by the Fool, and this is new beginnings, innocence, and spontaneity. So we have the Fool over here in Taurus, and it's been there for a long time, a few years already, so you've probably been feeling a lot of this energy already. But this is the house of community, of friends, social circles. It's also the house of really hopes and dreams, your highest ideals, your what you hope to achieve. What this angle is doing, this is a 60-degree angle, so it's creating an opportunity. It's opening up opportunities. So what it's doing is bringing unexpected changes. Uranus is the spontaneity of Uranus brings unexpected things. So it's bringing unexpected changes to your worldview, to your philosophy, to your beliefs, to your way of being involved in social causes. It's telling you that you need to adapt. You need to learn to adapt to new circumstances, and you need to find some innovative, progressive, maybe even technological solutions to some challenges that are either on a global scale or global within your community, within your friendship circles, your groups, your social circles, organizations that you belong to. Now the moon down here in your third house is also making an aspect to Uranus in Taurus, but this is 120 degrees away. So this is a trine or a lucky aspect. So this is bringing an easy energy, a flow and a harmonious energy to this whole situation. And what that is doing is really showing your desire for independence, for independent thinking, and for having unique perspectives on your intellectual pursuits. You are really seeking new ways to express your innovative ideas and to break free from traditional ways of learning and communicating. Now, we also have in this quadrant in the sky, and if you look out in the evening to the western sky, you will see west to the southwestern sky, you'll see these planets plain as day. They're visible to the naked eye. They're very large. They look like very large bright stars. But we have Venus up here in Aries. This is making an aspect to, and Venus is represented by the Empress, and the Empress brings abundance, nurturing, and creativity. So she's over here in your house of career, of public status, of recognition, of achievement, like mastery of something. This is making an aspect to Mars. Mars is represented by the Tower, and the Tower is crisis and upheaval, but it's also revelation. So this is in Gemini. Mars is in Gemini, and for you, Cancer rising, Gemini is your 12th house. And the 12th house is the house of the subconscious. It's the house of solitude, of secrecy. It's the house of self-undoing. This is where you'll find habits or addictions and activities that cause self-destruction. Okay, so with Mars in this 12th house, Cancer rising, you may be feeling a lot of this undoing, a lot of changes going on within yourself, especially in your subconscious mind and when it has to do with your spirituality and your ability to let go. So what this aspect is doing with Venus and Mars here is creating another 60-degree angle or an opportunity. And this opportunity is for your career advancement and for your creative expression. You might feel just passionate and inspired, which helps fuel your artistic and your professional pursuits. Venus is also conjunct with Jupiter. That means that they're together in the sky, and so they are promoting, harmonizing, and intensifying each other's energy. So Jupiter is represented by the Wheel of Fortune, and this is cycles and changes and destiny. So with Jupiter up here, this is a very good aspect. This is bringing abundance, growth, and optimism to your career aspirations. You are feeling a strong sense of purpose and confidence in pursuing these goals and dreams. Now, lastly, Cancer, the Gemini Mars situation over here is in a challenging angle, a 90-degree angle or a square to Neptune over here, to the Hanged Man. Now, this is creating a bit of a conflict. It can create an obstacle, but it's not anything that you can't get through with knowledge of the situation. So what this does is it creates confusion and uncertainty in decision-making processes, and especially when it comes to your spirituality and your higher education situation. You are struggling to find clarity and focus here, and you need to take extra caution with your interaction with others to avoid misunderstandings. That's all I have for you today, Cancer. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.